We had this really cool opportunity with some friends of ours who run the Capitol Theater up in Port Chester. Essentially, the theater was opening and Bob Dylan was playing in the theater. And it was like, well, this is an opportunity that we, as a brand, can't pass up.
The first prototypes of the PBS made for the Capitol Theater were built in my garage. I wound up building 6 custom-made, hand-built pairs. We got such good reviews that all the artists going through the Capitol Theater really loved it.
We listened to them, and it was like, we've got a new product on our hands.
First and foremost, it has to be acoustically correct. These PBS speakers, they are tuned natural. It's gonna reproduce faithfully of what your artist wanted you to hear. The inner box of the PBS is made out of 3/4 inch MDF to make sure that the box is not vibrating. The wooden enclosure actually will attenuate some of the high frequencies, which kind of gives it a smoother sound. And then the low end will actually be absorbed by the wood itself, giving it a more natural sound. The first thing you notice, you want to be like, wow, they really sound great. And the next thing you're gonna notice, you're gonna walk up to them and see how beautiful it is.
We've always used walnut in our speakers. It's an American lumber. It's all sourced in Pennsylvania. It's just a beautiful and durable material, and it takes a stain beautifully. It's just a lovely, warm, beautiful color. And there's enough variation in it that the speakers can have a similar color range, but a dramatically different grain pattern throughout a production run. The whole idea behind the company is to get rid of all of the BS that gets applied to consumer electronics now, whether that's features or shapes or colors. Everything we do is a really limited palette, right? It's wood and 1 or 2 other materials. What you're left with is just the essential number of materials, the essential number of details, and it becomes elemental in a way. The design exercise is almost an exercise in rendering the speakers invisible.
Essentially, you know, it's our job to get out of the way. People aren't there to listen to the speakers, they're there to listen to the music.
For us, what really makes it worth it are the small percentage of people that see it and get it. You're buying actually a little piece of us, of who we are, and what we've put into these products. It comes right out in the front of the level of detail of what we do.
The people who have really gotten behind these products, they love them. You don't get that kind of response out of people very often. I mean, how many things that you own do you love?
An artist recorded something a certain way because that's the way the artist wants their music to sound. If we're gonna make speakers, we have a responsibility to the artist to make it sound right.